Welcome, welcome, welcome into another day and another lesson in A Course in Miracles. Today we are on lesson 73, I Will There Be Light. And yesterday we went over lesson 72, Holding Grievances is an Attack on God's Plan for Salvation, for Happiness. So let's just take a really quick minute to just settle in, do some letting go, letting God, being right here, right now. Closing your eyes or settling your gaze, and then bringing in the breath. Inviting in and letting go with the exhale. Inviting in a state of presence, a state of peace. Letting go of anything that's been showing up today to keep you away from that space where we can hear the voice for God. It's a quiet voice. So we're taking this time to quiet the mind and open the heart as we breathe in. And let go. 3 more rounds of this breath here at your own pace. And as you're ready, wiggling fingers and toes, gently bringing your attention back to the space. As we move into 73, I Will There Be Light. Today we're considering the will that you share with God. This is not the same as the ego's idle wishes, out of which darkness and nothingness arise. We can also say fears, right? Today we're considering the will you share with love. This is not the same as fear's idle wishes, out of which darkness and nothingness arise. The will you share with God has all the power of creation in it. The ego's idle wishes are unshared and therefore have no power at all. Its wishes are not idle in the sense that they can make a world of illusions in which your belief can be very strong. But they are idle indeed in terms of creation. They make nothing that is real. Idle wishes and grievances are partners or co-makers in picturing the world that you see. The wishes of the ego gave rise to the world we see, and the ego's need for grievances which are necessary to maintain it. Peoples it with figures that seem to attack you and call for righteous judgment. These figures become the middleman that the ego employs to traffic in grievances. They stand between your awareness and your brother's, your equal's reality. Beholding these illusions, you do not know your equals or yourself. We don't know each other or ourselves. Your will is lost to you in this strange bartering in which guilt is traded back and forth, who's wrong, and grievances increase with each exchange. Can such a world have been created by the will the Son of God shares with our Father? Did God create disaster for his creations, for his Son? Creation is the will of both together. Real creation is the will of God and us together. Would God create a world that kills God, that kills God's self? Today we try once more to reach the world that is in accordance with your will. The light is in it because it does not oppose the will of God. It is not heaven, but the light of heaven shines on it. Darkness has vanished. The ego's idle wishes have been withdrawn, yet the light that shines upon this world reflects your will. And so it must be in you that we will look for it. Your picture of the world can only mirror what's within. Everything you're seeing outside of yourself is mirroring what is within. The source of neither light nor darkness can be found outside of you. Grievances darken your mind and you look out on a darkened world. Forgiveness lifts the darkness. Reasserts your will and lets you look upon a world of light. We have repeatedly emphasized, or this Course in Miracles has repeatedly emphasized, that the barrier of grievances is easily passed and cannot stand between you and your salvation. The reason is very simple. Do you really want to be in hell? Do you really want to weep and suffer and die? Forget fear's arguments, which seek to prove that all of this is really heaven. You know that the world you're creating for yourself, the world I'm creating for myself, is not heaven. You cannot want this for yourself. There is a point beyond which illusions cannot go. Suffering is not happiness, and it is happiness that you really want. Such is your will in truth. And so salvation is your will as well. You want to succeed in what we are trying to do today. We undertake it with your blessing and with your glad accord. We will succeed today if you remember that you want salvation, aka happiness, for yourself. You want to accept God's plan because you share in God's plan. You have no will that can really oppose God's plan, and you do not want to oppose God's plan. Salvation is for you. Above all else, you want the freedom to remember who you really are. Today, it is the ego that stands powerless before your will. It is fear that stands powerless before your will. Your will is free, and nothing can prevail against it. Therefore, we undertake the exercises for today in happy confidence, certain that we will find what it is your will to find, and remember what it is your will to remember. No idle wishes can detain us, nor deceive us with an illusion of strength. We can't let this one go, right? Today, let your will be done and end forever the insane belief that it is hell in place of heaven that you choose. We'll begin our longer practice periods with the recognition that God's plan for happiness, and only God's, is wholly in accord with your will. It is not the purpose of an alien power that's thrust upon you unwillingly. It is the one purpose here on which you and your Creator are in perfect accord. You will succeed today. The time appointed for the release of the Son of God from hell and from all idle wishes. His will is now restored to his awareness, right? So it's like our will is going to be restored to our awareness, that we are willing this day to look at the light in us and in each other and be saved. After reminding ourselves of this and determining to keep our will clearly in mind, which is in accord with God's, we should tell ourselves with gentle firmness and quiet certainty, I will there be light. Let me behold the light that reflects God's will and mine. Then let your will assert itself, joined with the power of God and united with yourself, capital S self. Put the rest of the practice period under their guidance, God and your true self. Join with them as they lead the way. And in the shorter practice periods, again, make a declaration of what you really want. Say, I will there be light. Darkness is not my will. This should be repeated several times an hour. It's most important, however, to apply today's idea in this form immediately if you're tempted to hold a grievance of any kind. This will help you let your grievances go instead of cherishing them and hiding them in darkness. So yeah, we're going to begin with the recognition that God's plan and only God's plan is wholly in accord with our will. And as we kind of go into that, we're going to tell ourselves with gentle firmness and quiet certainty, I will there be light. Let me behold the light that reflects God's will and mine. So I will there be light. Let me behold the light that reflects God's will and mine. I will there be light. Let me behold the light that reflects God's will and mine. So let's get started. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that beautiful practice period. So as a reminder, there's 2 for the day. So we just did one of the longer ones. So there'd be one more, 10 to 15 minutes. And then in the shorter practice periods, making the declaration of what you really want. Saying, I will there be light, darkness is not my will, several times an hour. And to really apply it in this form anytime, immediately, if you're tempted to hold a grievance of any kind. This is going to help me let our grievances go instead of cherishing them. So I will look forward to joining with you mañana as we go into lesson 74. Much love.